Lisa, can you hear it now? Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's
Let's,
through the computer, not through the owl.
Still not through the owl.
What?
It's not through the owl, so the sound's actually going to be really light because it's coming through the computer.
How about this underneath?
Can I just leave? I'm just going to leave the meeting and come back in.
meeting to order. We had a little technical difficulty. We did start the meeting and then we lost sound, so nothing has taken place. So hopefully people that were following are still there. Everyone's present. Board Member Buck is virtual. Board Member Bjornsted's having some technical difficulty with the computer. She is present. She has a book in front of us. We'll be participating in the meeting on the items that are on the agenda. Along with each board member is Assistant Superintendent Josh is also present. So we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. You have the meeting agenda in front of us. Is there any additions or corrections? There are none. Anybody, any board member have any? All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve September 16, 2024 regular school board meeting agenda. Who moved this roll? Second by Ms. Ossendorf. Roll call vote. Ms. Roll?
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf?
Aye.
Ms. Bjornstad?
Aye.
Ms. Buck?
Aye.
Aye.
Ms. Steph?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Our educational plan is what we follow at each of our meetings, and Board Member Ossendorf will read our mission statement.
The mission of the Red Wing Public Schools is to educate and inspire all students as they realize their full potential and become respectful, responsible, and productive citizens.
Very much. Public comment. We have anybody here for public comment? I didn't receive no emails either. We'll move along. School board recognition month.
So it is School Board Recognition Month. I don't know how or what you have done in the past, but folks were kind enough to put together a certificate of appreciation. I get to present this on behalf of the district. It's not from me or the staff. It's on behalf of the
Thank
district.
you very much.
Thank you.
Nikki, I'll get to yours the next time I see you.
That will be yours, Nikki. So,
So thank you for the work that you do. It's a lot of time commitment. It's not only just the meetings where you spend time in here. You are kind of a conduit to our public, and your contributions are very valuable. So thank you.
much for those kind words. Yes.
Back to recognitions and upcoming events.
Oh, we sure can. Missed that one, didn't we? Let's go back to recognitions and upcoming events, please. So, who would like to start? Yes.
The Washipi this weekend was wonderful, amazing. Thank you to everyone who was involved in creating, putting together the event. It was emotional, powerful, and a very uplifting experience. So thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything? Any recognitions and upcoming events? Yes.
It's homecoming week.
Homecoming week, good one.
Thank you.
And who would play Friday night for the football game?
Rochester boards.
And what's tomorrow night's activities? Volleyball tomorrow night?
Oh, is that fun?
I believe volleyball is tomorrow night. They usually have a home game during homecoming week. And homecoming events all week long here at the school.
So I won today.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who
it's
are our king and queen?
That is the Hanlon family. They both won.
Oh,
man.
Oh,
So 2 of them won.
good, good.
I love that for them.
Yeah, very nice. Board Member Buck, do you have anything for recognitions and upcoming events?
I just wanted to thank everybody for the Wachipi this weekend and the staff. What a wonderful group of people it was to work with and put together. And I wanted to do an extra special shout out to Paul Hartman. He surprised us with the 2024 Humanicho Chipi on the scoreboard, and that was just kind of like the icing on the cake. But first and foremost, some of you guys might not know, like, how deeply you had helped my community intergenerationally. Many people who have graduated from the school formerly, and now most of them have their kids in here. They said that they never thought that we would be here today. And so, like, even my Uncle Ray, he came, it was just very special to us. And I just wanted to thank everybody who volunteered, who planned it, who participated, and who just even had good thoughts on it. It was just very special. Now, hopefully we can get a good football winning season with that big blessed ground we just did.
Thank you, Ms. Buck. Anyone else have anything else? Okay. Let's see if I can keep on track here now. Homecoming week activities, we talked a little bit about that. Have anything more?
Yeah, I think it's in your board packet, but I can just speak to a few events if you'd like me to. Do you want me to?
Please, come on up.
Obviously, we have a full week of activity, which started this afternoon with our coronation. There's various dress-up days that you saw. Board members are certainly welcome to participate in the dress-up days too at your place of work if you would like. Tomorrow is Tropical Tuesday. We'll let you make your own decisions on that professionally, but and then just throughout the week, just various things. I think a few highlights, obviously the elementary and middle school Pep Fest, where we'll get a wide array of students that'll go down to those buildings leaving here at about 7:50 on Wednesday morning and getting back about 10:30. And then Wednesday nights, our Powder Puff and volleyball event is a great event that more and more community members are coming to watch, which is really cool to see. Just a lot of kids having a lot of fun together. A lot of sporting and athletic events, which we shared on our social media page this afternoon. And then obviously the big day, Friday, with a modified schedule, a Pep Fest in the morning, student activity time with their teachers in the afternoon, and a tailgate that was really kickstarted by a group of community members and parents a few years ago. We're kind of taking that on in our office as well as student council, and we hope the community comes out and supports that. We're going to have a number of food trucks. I just had a couple calls today for more food trucks. So we're really hoping to get a lot of people there. We're having activities for kids and more. It's evolving as we speak. And then obviously the football game at 7 and then the dance after that. So Friday will be a very busy day here at Red Wing High School. We're hoping for good weather. I guess we can answer any questions you might have on the week or.
I want to add just one more thing real quick. I think one of the things that Paul and I are grateful for also is obviously there's been community support in the past and trying to help figure us out. We had 2 parents come in and meet with us, and we talked to them for over an hour who are really interested in, like, how do we help with homecoming, knowing that it's such an important event to the community, but also, like, what are the ways in which we could possibly expand it and talk through it and have those, like, direct dialogues that I think are critically important. So very thankful for the community support and reaching out to us and talking about, like, what we can do, knowing that, as educators, it's already a heavy lift for a lot of our educators, and we want to be in partnership. The Wachipi is an example of, like, when we do come together, like, what amazing things we can do. And I think we can do the same thing for homecoming too. And it takes all of us to be at the table. So I am thankful. And if you two people are listening right now, I just want to thank you again. But please know that we're here to meet and collaborate and figure out, like, new ways of showing, like, the greatness of Red Wing.
A lot of good things happening in all our buildings. Getting involved, getting them out here, but see it, part of what the school has is about getting community support and being part of the community. Why don't we take them up on that? Any other questions? Well, it'll be an exciting week.
Keep it rolling.
Did you get, guys, did everybody participate, all the teachers and building staff participated in the JAMA?
today? I did not.
There were some. There were some.
Decent percentage, yeah.
That's my.
I expect a higher turnout tomorrow.
Yeah,
Expect a higher turnout
Agreed.
tomorrow.
More tomorrow, so drop it over
Perfect.
just right.
And any of you, remember, you can have 2 of you in the building and that's not quorum. So if you want to have Twin Day, you can come out to your schools and support Twin Day as well on Wednesday.
Wednesday, yep.
Wednesday's Twin Day.
Justice. Okay.
Thank you.
Administrative reports. So we've got your administrative report there. Most of the things there are relatively short. The one thing from Mr. Hartman is the state high school league dues are lower than they have been forever. It's good. I don't know if you recall, but a few years ago, they really bounced up and it created a lot of problems. And since then, it seems like the high school league has kind of got their house in order, and certainly the return to growth of revenues is helpful. Buildings and grounds, they've been moving some cameras around and pretty much getting projects finished up. Patrick, everything at the fax room there is pretty well completed, correct?
Except for the 6th one that is our handicap accessible. We're still waiting on that oven to come in because we can't do the cabinet until we have the oven in stock. But 5 of them are completely done. I've got pictures I'll share. When it's all done, I'll get it out to everybody.
Otherwise, from Ann's communication, the noteworthy there is, Ann's gonna be working with choir teacher Scott Farrell on a program for the Minnesota Music Educators Association. The choir was selected for the February showcase, so that is quite an honor to be able to participate in that. Community ed, all kinds of things that are going on in community ed all the time. They printed out over 13,000 fall catalogs, sent those out and about, and in late August, they're offering 244 classes and programs. That's a lot of stuff. So, just a lot going on there. And then through the summer, just the sheer number of seasonal employees that we have through community ed. You've got 100 people. That's a lot of moving parts, and they do a really nice job with that. So, community ed program, I think, is just doing phenomenal with that. Nursing services, those are just kind of getting back up and running. The main thing now is making sure the vaccination records and everything are in order, getting those taken care of. Busing, we've had a fair number of issues with busing the first week. First day was not much fun. The second day was better, and it's gotten better as we move down the week. They're having some difficulties with staffing in regard to that. It's impacting things. They're providing the services. It's just that when you don't always have local people who know exactly where they're going and they're not 100% familiar, that can be problematic. But they've been open to conversation. I've been out there a number of times just trying to iron out some of these things before they get anything too far down the line. And then as far as nutrition services, the big thing that we really strongly encourage is for people to fill out the educational benefits applications. We need to have those turned in by October 1st. So it's a significant funding source. The difference between if you've got a percentage that meets a certain criteria versus not can be probably hundreds of thousands of dollars to the district. So if we can have people fill those out, we'd be very thankful as we go through with those. Efforts have been made to work through on those. Jim, maybe you want to talk about serving lunch.
Oh, that was fun. The little kids at Sunnyside. They had lasagna and breadsticks. Something about breadstick? Oh, I think they taste like candy. Really? So they all took them. It was cute. They were really good. So, but one little sad thing was one little girl didn't have any money in her milk account. Whole bunch. Sad. So, pulling up some money, so I support doing whatever. So if anybody feels a desire, please send donations to the schools for the the milk fund. What that means is everybody thinks everybody gets free lunches. It's the hot meal lunches, so if you bring your own lunch, you pay for milk. That's the way the law and regulations are set through the state. So put some money in there.
Can I? So yes, however, if they grab a milk and a fruit and a veggie, that counts as a reimbursable meal. So if that happens again, you just have them go grab a fruit and a veggie, and that can count as reimbursable.
Somebody right there somebody should have said something. But it's, so it doesn't, but they can do some milk, yes, Michelle.
Do we have a milk fund? Because I know we've talked about that.
Right.
We have talked about it. I don't know. You can designate that towards that. We had the angel fund.
Right, we looked at transitioning that, but I'm not sure that ever happened.
Yeah, the difficulty is how do you disperse the money, right? So you can have a milk fund, but then how are you going to make determination about how you're going to disperse that? So we would need a procedure and a protocol to do that so that you are addressing the needs of those people who really need it, but at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of dollars when you talk about everybody receiving milk. Follow me? So if you're going to do milk free for everybody, that's a lot of money. If you're going to instead have a milk fund and then you have a protocol as to who's eligible for that, that's another thing, right? And it's that piece that we haven't quite figured out.
Just started saying first grade.
Understood.
She couldn't get milk. So, should have. So thank you. You're absolutely correct. But it was fun.
And then, the last thing is we're piloting math curriculums, kindergarten through fifth grade. We're looking to get something in place for the next school year. And then Emily spoke last time about the letters training, so that's basically a continuation of what we got last time.
Back to that, people filling out that application process. Who should be filling it out? Who do they need to contact? So we really get the information. If you have, some people may not even know they have to fill it out, so.
So it basically, any and all parents who have kids in the district, whether you think you're gonna qualify or not, are encouraged to apply because you just never know. You know, there's a formula that ends up going in there. It's 100% anonymous. None of that information is shared with anybody. The only people that even see the remotest piece of it would just be the very limited amount of food service personnel that handle the federal program. So you can pick up those applications, they're online, they're also available here at the school, and you can drop them off really at any of the locations. And we really appreciate it.
And that's part of, by not filling it out, the funding doesn't come. There's funding attached to by filling it out, meaning we're looking at cuts that people don't fill them out, that could help supplement some of that revenue that we can use to keep the class sizes and do a bunch of things with it. So if you haven't filled it out, kid eat lunch here, goes here, please look into it and fill them out for benefit of all the kids. Okay, any other questions? Video report updates.
Other than the LMC, we kind of talked about a little bit in the workshop.
Anybody else have anything? Okay. Consent agenda. We have a number of things. 5 items. Are there anybody wish to pull anything off for further discussion of the consent agenda? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. Moved by Ms. Ossendorf, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Schoenfelder. We'll do a roll call vote. Ms. Schoenfelder,
Aye.
Ms. Tiff,
Aye.
Ms. Buck,
Aye.
Ms. Bjornstedt,
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf,
Aye.
Ms. Roll,
Aye.
chair votes aye. All 7-0. Ms. Buck, if I've missed you, if you have anything you want to say, raise your hand or let me know. I'm not trying to avoid you here. I got a few things, we got a few things going on here, so. Okay?
No worries, I will. Got a headache today, so I'm pretty quiet.
Okay. Levy certification. So your
levy certification.
What was that?
Donation.
Oh, donation grant. You're really doing something here. Thank you. For that, go ahead, Superintendent Josh.
So with the donations, there are 3 donations to be recognized here. One, there's a couple pair of tennis shoes, the Twin Bluff Middle School, the Red Wing Lions Club, $300 to the Red Wing High School Medical Emergency Fund. And then we have a report here from Athletic Director Paul Hartman, because we have a significant donation, $120,410.60. That comes from the Red Wing High School Winter Sports. So, Mr. Hartman?
Yeah. Some of you may be aware, some of you may not be aware. So about 25 years ago, the Winger Sports Club was started as a fundraising accounts for our various athletic teams and or other activities. And for a number of years, so up till about 10 years ago, those monies were accounted for by the activities secretary. She or he would take in deposits, they would write checks, but it was a fundraising source for our teams and sports. About that time, 10 years ago, our school board at the time made the decision to cut uniforms from our team. So this money has fueled our teams for a number of years. We had a volunteer 10 years ago that, because the statute changed and that money needed to be moved out of the district, volunteer within our community who did not want to come to be recognized tonight, has basically volunteered her time to manage the books of these various clubs and activities for the last 10 years. And so the times have changed and those accounts have accumulated more momentum. There's a lot more moving parts to those accounts. We felt it was in the best interest of those accounts and our programs and our students to move that money back in district. And so they will have accounts within our district budgets, and they'll roll over like our student council account currently does, our SOAR account, our BSU account. Those monies will roll over. So that number you see in front of you, there's a cross-pollination of monies that will be dispersed into those accounts, which we received from Nikki Shellstead, tax accountant in town, who has run these accounts for the last 10 years. So they'll be under administrative control and under board control moving forward. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Nikki. I'd really like to recognize all the time and energy and work that Nikki Shellstead has donated to really doing quite a bit of the financial work in a professional way at no cost to the district for our activities.
Yeah, we've been very lucky, very fortunate.
There's the Chelsea family, Vicki, and that. We are very supportive of the school district and supports. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Okay.
Good.
Motion to approve the resolution.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Tipp. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Bjornstead. Any questions, comments? All right, let's start with Ms. Buck.
Aye.
Ms. Tipp.
Aye.
Ms. Bjornstead.
Aye.
Ms. Schoenfelder.
Aye.
Ms. Rowe.
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Thank you very much for the generous donation, all three. Okay. Levy certification.
All right, so school districts have authority, they have levy authority within certain guidelines. Some of the levy is levies that have been approved by taxpayers. Typically, those end up in 2 categories. One is building bonds, or bonds that provide structure, is basically where that is. Then you have an operating revenue. Each of those is, well, not the building bonds, but the operating revenue must depend on the number of kids that we have within the district as we go forward. So every year we get this 39-page document that is the levy sheets. Within those levy sheets, we go through, so Lisa and I have gone through a bunch of these and kind of checked to make sure that things look correct. But ultimately, the levy amount that is here can change between what we propose as the initial levy, which would go on for your tax statements, and then the final levy, which is ultimately approved in our December 2nd board meeting. So at this point, the calculations that the state have is that we would see a 2.09% overall decrease in the levy. This amounts to about $226,000 less than we levied a year ago. So what we'd like to do is levy the maximum. That way, if some numbers change, then that allows for that to happen. If you just did a specific number, that would be locked in and you would not be able to change them. So my recommendation that we set the levy as the maximum.
Okay, any questions? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Ms. Bjornstad?
I move to approve the proposed May 2025 levy at maximum.
Moved by Ms. Bjornstad, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Ossendorf. Any questions, discussion? Talked briefly about this at the workshop for our information. All right, roll call vote, Ms. Bjornstad?
Aye.
Ms. Buck?
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf?
Aye.
Ms. Tiff?
Aye.
Ms. Rowe?
Aye.
Ms. Schoenfelder?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passed. Superintendent report.
I really think that the start of the 24-25 school year has gotten off on a good foot. I've been able to spend a lot of time in all the buildings. You know, I don't probably spend as much time in the ones besides the high school as maybe they deserve, but I do make a point of getting out there at least once or twice a week. And basically it's just stop in, see how people are doing, visit with parents, visit with kids, which is always a lot of fun. I'm very encouraged with what I've seen in the high school as far as where we are with kids with their cell phone usage. The biggest piece there is I think that they're doing a consistent job of enforcing that amongst the staff, the policy that was already in place. And thus far, feedback has been quite positive. We've had very few that have ended up being removed. 3 phones have been removed in the course of just over in 2 weeks. So that's encouraging. Now, the hard part is maintaining. You know, it gets a follow for a while. But if we can be consistent with that, I think we're going to be really in pretty good shape. The other thing that I've been encouraged by is I am always happy when the bell rings and the hallways are empty. Kids are in class, they're with their teachers. There's a very, very small handful of kids that are wanderers. And we're doing what we can to address that. But by and large, kids are in class, in front of teachers, doing what they're supposed to do. And, you know, I think that just can't be stated enough because it's a very, very small handful of kids. In some cases, there's a reason why they're struggling to remain in a classroom. But overall, that's been very good. I've had the opportunity to ride on a couple of bus routes. I hopped on one last Friday after school and I just rode with kids on the way home. And it's always fun because when you're on a bus like that, they forget who you are. You're just a guy on the bus. So that works out pretty nice. I also was able to get on one of them earlier. And there was the bus driver on that route was phenomenal. She knew every kid's name as they got on the bus, and she'd been studying, you know, and it was just really nice. So we all know the value of local help, and hopefully the bus company may be able to find some more people locally. Driving bus is not hard. Sometimes people get scared because there's kids involved, but driving a bus is not overly challenging. Yes, there's things you have to do, but so far I've seen some really good things on the couple of routes that I've been on. It's my goal that I'll hop on each of the routes at some point throughout the school year, and that helps me know where the kids are. Again, it's kind of fun to just sit down with a kid. There was one young man who got on with me. I was a senior, and I'd seen him in the hallway. I knew his name, but he got on the bus, and I'm sitting by myself. And you know how it is with kids. And anyway, he sat right down, and we had a great conversation on the way to school. And I appreciated that because that's just another opportunity. There's certainly, as we get going here now, we've managed to make some progress on all of our enrollment things. We're still down on our enrollment from where I would like to be, but we've also had picked up a few kids again today. So we'll see where we end up. But overall, I'm nothing but encouraged. The other thing is, I was unable to be at the Larry Yazzie thing the other day. But I had a number of high school staff members come out of that, totally unsolicited, and they said the kids were so engaged and they were so appropriate. There was one teacher who took one kid's phone away, and the rest of them were doing exactly what they were supposed to do. So sometimes we get this vision of what a student body ends up being, and I can tell you, the kids that I have encountered here have been awesome. So that's really been a plus. So now we gotta maintain those things, we gotta build relations with kids and continue to push that rock up the hill. But I do think that we can make progress. So overall, I'm very encouraged with beginning of school year.
Great. Any comments? Question? Yes, Ms. Bjorn.
Well, I helped on Monday with the NASA students that were helping all the kids over their high school lunch hour put their handprints on the TVs. And as a former educator, I know the perils of situations like that. And every single student in there was so respectful, so appropriate. They had paint on their hands. It stayed on their hands. It was just great. And I went to both of the Larry Yazzie assemblies, and our high school and middle school kids and our elementary students were wonderful.
I'll just say, I've been to a couple of schools already. This first week, I gotta get out to Tower View and down to the Caldwell Center. Be down there probably next week or this week, we'll see. I had conversations with Mr. Fuchs and Superintendent Goshek here about the good things happening. Like, let's pick on the high school because, it's so easy to be negative about something. I just was pleasantly surprised to see the kids stopping to talk to the principal, Mr. Kelly, and all other people, just stopping and talking and orderly coming into school. And we need to highlight those because it's so easy to spread something negative. But when something positive happens, it's boring. Nobody wants to talk about it. I like it because there's a lot of great things when you do video, do whatever. But people out there, it's easy to be negative. But to be positive is happening here. We're changing it. A lot of good people. The kids, you're absolutely right. Starts with, starts on top, but overall, the kids are happy. Yeah, great. It's really good start of the year.
Yeah, I'm very pleased. So that's a testament to all the admin staff, the teachers, the education assistants, the custodians, the cooks, it's everybody. It's not just one that makes that happen. So
there can be hiccups, absolutely hiccups in your job, in your life, and in your home. But we always get through them. So come on and see us, especially this week being homecoming. Anything else before this board this evening? Ms. Buck, do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay. Do you want to entertain a motion to adjourn then?
I certainly do.
Okay, motion by Ms. Buck. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Ossendorf. And we'll do a roll call vote, and we'll start with Ms. Buck.
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf.
Aye.
Ms. Grove.
Aye.
Ms. Bjornstedt.
Aye.
Ms. Stiff.
Aye.
Schoenfelder.
Aye.
And Chair votes aye. We are adjourned, and we'll see you in 3 weeks. I believe there's 5 Mondays in September. First Monday in October, I believe, or 7th.